About 8 2-minute rounds. Introducing first, out of the red corner, wearing gold with purple trim. Scaling in at 72.45 kilograms or 154.4 pounds. Record 12 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, 5 by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from south of Australia, Tony Lapia. Fighting out of the blue corner, truly, simply the best. Scaling in at 72.1 kilograms or 158.6 pounds, hailing from Victoria, Australia. His fight record is 21, 1 draw, 12 by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, the world super welterweight champion, Darren the Destroyer Hedgecock.
I'm looking forward to seeing this one. Apparently these two have fought 2 years ago, and they fought to a draw. Since that time, Darren has won a World Muay Thai Championship through the WKA. And Bob, you know more about Darren Hedgecock than anybody.
I've followed Darren's career since the beginning. He started fighting for the WKA with his uncle, Dave Hedgecock, who was one of the first pioneers of WKA kickboxing going back 20 years ago when he fought overseas. He was the first Australian fighter to go overseas. That's the trainer of Darren Hedgecock.
I've seen Dave fight on tape, and Dave Hedgecock was a legend himself.
I think the big thing about this is it's not so much a grudge match, but the boys want to settle the score. They fought 2 years ago, and it was a war and a draw.
And since then, Darren has been the more active of the two, right?
No, they've both been fairly active, but Darren's had more international fights than Tony Lapia. Tony's been fighting locally, and Darren's fought almost exclusively overseas fighters.
Best of 8 rounds here, middleweight contest.
Powerful kicks by Darren Hedgecock. I wouldn't want to get hit by one of those.
Tony kick there. Hedgecock. A lot of power behind that overhead kick.
I think that both fighters look like they respect each other quite a bit here, don't they?
I think that because of the last fight being a draw, and both of them have to win tonight. Both of them have to win tonight to settle the score. So that we now hold back.
One advantage that Hedgecock would have is that Lapia hasn't seen any of his most recent fights, and Hedgecock's seen most of Lapia's, right?
Yeah, and the other thing, although there's one problem Darren will have the same as the overseas Japanese fighters, he's been fighting with elbows and knees. So to come back down and only use 4 weapons instead of 8, that's going to restrict him slightly tonight. But he's been boxing as well, so he's been giving away 6 weapons and doing quite well in Western boxing.
I understood he fought the WBC Australian champion.
Australian champion in his first boxing fight, and he came to draw.
That's
about a month ago here in Australia.
Your first boxing fight, that is
Into
amazing.
the first round there, and well, it's interesting to see both of those guys just sort each other out in round number 1.
Well, it looked like a repeat of their first match together 2 years ago. That first round was a draw.
Go for the body, start bringing your kicks down and switch inside left.
Work inside. Darren Hedgecock's trainers.
I think that's good advice by Dave Hedgecock.
Almost every top fighter in Australia has trained under Dave Hedgecock at some time in their career. Stan the Man was extensively trained by Dave Hedgecock.
Well, that'll be interesting.
Tosca Petridis was extensively trained by Dave Hedgecock. So all the most famous fighters in this country in the last 10 years have also done some time training under Dave Hedgecock.
Well, talking to Maurice, wow, there you see Darren Hedgecock coming on strong there.
Showing some of his boxing skills. He's been sparring with Jeff Fennick and Craig Trotter, and also Zoo. He's been sparring with him recently, so he's been holding his own with some of the better boxers in the country.
Well, it's definitely about the best sparring he could get.
Well, you can't get any better names than that, can you? Costa Zoo at the moment is absolutely killing it right around the world as we focus in on Hedgecock and Lapia here on the ropes. Lapia after Hedgecock.
Lapia is aggressive and he's coming on strong, but it looks to me like Hedgecock is just a little bit slipperier and a little bit craftier.
Number 2. Coming to you from the Darling Harbour Convention Centre in Sydney, Australia. It's a middleweight contest between Darren the Destroyer Hedgecock, the World Super Welterweight Champion, and Anthony Lapia, the Australian Super Welterweight Champion.
Both these fighters look very well matched even now. They fought to a draw 2 years ago, and at this point it still looks like it's a draw.
Darren won the title in Hong Kong in February this year. 24 years of age, Darren Hedgecock. Certainly a powerhouse in the ring. Throwing the left turning kick.
Good combinations that Hedgecock is putting together there.
Well, the bell sounds for the end of the second round. All right, well, there's the cornerman working on Tony Lapia. Tony Lapia, of course, the fighter on the way up, won his first professional title in 1989 after fighting undefeated as an amateur. So he's certainly got some ability, Dale Floyd.
Yeah, I've never seen Lapia fight before, so I'm quite impressed with his showing here. I've seen Darren Hedgecock fight before, and he's one of my favorite fighters. He's proved himself to be a truly international champion.
Anthony Lapia has got very strong legs, doesn't he?
He does.
Solid legs.
Big legs.
Compared to his upper body, when you look at his upper body, he looks more like a welterweight. So you look down at his legs, and
he looks like a middleweight.
He looks like a middleweight.
Powerful exchange. Both fighters. Hedgecock coming with that right hand. Both fighters trading blow for blow, and I've still got it a draw. How do you see it, Bob?
Yeah, there's not much in it. It's hard for me because I'm so close to Darren, and I'm sort of looking at him more than I'm looking at Tony.
Well, Bob, you might be able to see that Darren's leading leg there. It's got a welt or two on it, hasn't it?
He's been getting caught because it could be a problem with the boxing and coming from elbows and knees fighting back to the rules tonight, but that's not really an excuse because it shouldn't be happening. He should be checking. He should be catching those kicks on the shin, and he's wearing them on the thigh. It could be because he's done so well in boxing recently that he's trying to get his hands working, but he's taking some punishment with that lead leg. I'd like to see him turning the shin out more and catching some of those Tony Lapia kicks.
Bell sounds for the end of round 3, Lapia versus Hedgecock.
When you're in attack, you're winning, okay? When you stop and let him come back at you, he's coming back at you. You're tippy-touching down, flick the little kick on the inside leg.
He's always on the defence was the word that was coming through, and keep attacking.
It looks like Hedgecock is just a little bit frustrated by Lapia.
Trying to find a rhythm now in round number 4, Hedgecock against Lapia, and
good right hand.
Solid right hand to the head. Off balance Lapia, and Hedgecock chases him across the ring. Left front kick working Lapia on Hedgecock.
Lapia is very good at blocking the low kicks, and you have to be to fight Darren Hedgecock.
Lapia's very intent to sit behind the wall too, so
showed some good defence there.
Exchanges are still fairly even, aren't they?
I've got it dead even. I've got it dead even right now, and it's almost like blow for blow.
Yeah, one goes in from one, and anything you can do, I can do better is basically the policy adopted by both of these guys.
It's almost like they're a mirror image of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, good front kick from Lapia. That's a hard one to do, is to connect with the chin.
Hedgecock also works.
Oh, excellent combination by Hedgecock.
Also works out with Craig Peterson too. So he certainly has plenty of good sparring partners, Hedgecock.
He's been starring a lot with Tosca Zoo and up to recently with Jeff Fennick, Craig Trotter, so he's working with all the better Australian boxers.
As the bell sounds for the end of the 4th round, and we've got it just about square.
I still got it dead even, and you know the thing was, it's like these two are fighting a mirror image of each other. Lapia will throw something and Darren will counter with almost the same move back. Just right at the end of the last round there, Hedgecock threw a combination of punches and kicks that I think right there.
I think Lapia was more defensive during that round.
Yeah,
too.
I think Darren took it just on that last exchange.
Almost set to go for round number 5. Round 5 action here. Hedgecock starts with a left turning kick and
returned almost immediately by Lapia.
Yeah, Lapia comes straight in with a reply. Getting those left turning kicks up nice and high there, Hedgecock, but not a lot left in them when it gets to gets tighter.
No, Lapia blocked that one quite easily. Bob, you've been watching Darren throughout his career, and it's got to be hard to go from Muay Thai boxing, which allows elbows and knees, to kickboxing to boxing. It's there's 3 different styles that all have their own idiosyncrasies. How do you think he's handling this?
He was on what you'd understand most of all, the American rules. He was doing that for his first 6 years of his career. All his fights were American rules, but he wasn't getting enough fights. In Australia, he's got a level where there's not many Tony Lapias around. So to get fights, you have to start fighting more rules. And like you say, it's just, like I'm saying, it's just the first 12 months we've been doing this. And once he's done it a few more times, I think he'll get much better at it. But there could be confusion going through his mind all night. But you can't take away from Lapia. He's answering everything that's coming out. And if I was a judge, even though I might have just given Darren that last round, but on the fight, I'd still say they're pretty even.
I would have given him the last round just on the last exchange. That's how close it was. It was within just a few punches.
Hedgecock and Lapia.
I think, when you look at the fight overall, it's a little bit like the South Australian style of John Tanialis. Tony Lapia's also from South Australia, and he's also tend to sit back a bit and build the wall and make Darren make the initial moves.
Well, Hedgecock scoring there with 1 punch, and then he got his leg caught there by Lapia, who held on, and as a result, Hedgecock hit the canvas.
That is an illegal move, by the way.
No harm done there. Bell sounds for the end of the 5th.
I'd have to score that one as a draw again.
It was pretty tight, this one.
This is Darren Hedgecock's first fight in New South Wales, and with the world market looking at us, I was hoping, because I've spent a lot of time training him, that he would look better tonight. But Lapia's answering, and he's making it a very even contest.
We'll take a look at some of the action of that previous round. And Dale, you might like to have a look at this with us. This is one of those moves there that Hedgecock coming with that right turning kick, and there's that
actually, yeah, that looked like it just got caught in his arm. He didn't actually grab the leg, but some fighters will do that. Specifically Thai fighters, you'll throw a roundhouse kick, they'll catch it and then punch you in the head while you're off balance.
Pretty handy trick if you can get away with it, eh?
If you can, and sometimes they can get it past the referee. The Thais are allowed to do it, that's part of their style, but under American rules and Australian rules, you're not allowed to grab the leg.
I'm not going to put my hand up to do some Thai boxing, let me show you. Okay, the action continues here. Roundhouse there from
very good counter to Tony Lapia, missing a kick, and Hedgecock took advantage of that and spun him with a very hard roundhouse kick.
Round 6 action. Coming to you from Sydney, Australia, the Darling Harbour Convention Centre. Middleweight contest between Darren the Destroyer Hedgecock in the black shorts and Tony Lapia.
Lapia is catching Darren a bit inside that lead leg, and is putting Darren off a bit. So I think Darren's thinking getting with his hands. Just constantly, whatever one throws, the other one counters.
Yeah, it's just like fighting a mirror. Good block. Now that was a perfect example of how to block a kick to the leg. Lapia brought his leg up, turned his shin out, and rolled the kick by Hedgecock off his shin. Good front kick by Lapia.
Even contest at this point.
Lapia, I think the only thing I can think if I was judging, if I wasn't so close to Darren, it could be a while making this comment.
Powerful right hand by Hedgecock.
Lapia is holding back a bit. He only comes back after Darren does something. So some of the judges may be giving Darren a slight edge there.
Because he's the aggressor.
He's coming in a little bit first, and Tony's answering, but he's waiting. He's letting Darren do a bit more work.
Punishment's already gone in there from Hedgecock. And Lapia copping a good set of kicks there and a good left move too. Combination run on the barrel at the end of the sixth.
Yeah, the only thing I'd like to mention again is that if Darren does take this fight, it could be that the judges have seen him to be more aggressive in initial attack. So I guess it depends on how well Tony's countering, but Tony possibly is countering just a little bit too much.
That is exciting things, Dale.
Well, it looks to me like Hedgecock is always first off the mark, and that Lapia is just countering, and that could weigh in Hedgecock's favor.
Seconds down for round number 7.
Considering the three judges are sitting in the centre of the ring in opposition to us all around the ring, they're miles apart. If they come in with another draw after 2 years, when they've got no way of connecting to one another, they're all on opposite sides of the ring, and if another draw comes in, that's going to be quite incredible.
Well, that will be interesting too, because as Bob mentioned earlier on, last time these guys fought, it was a draw, and 2 years later, could the same thing happen again? That left front kick working and combination there.
I still think Darren Hedgecock is the better boxer of the two. He's getting in those left-right combinations just right on the button.
Kicking in this particular fight hasn't been the standard that we've seen earlier on in the evening.
But the kicks, the reason they don't look like that is the fact that they're being effectively blocked by both of the fighters.
I think this is a better round for Darren. I think Darren's getting on it now. He's finding his spot, and he's going upstairs with the hands and downstairs with the legs, and he's just getting the edge, I think, on Lapia in this round.
Hedgecock starting to cog up a gear here in round number 7. That was a definite hold. Hedgecock knows it.
He just come back from Hong Kong and he was hanging on all night, you know. So that's right, referee. I'm sorry, I shouldn't hang on. Now it's levelled back into the normal pace of the earlier rounds. They're drawing again and countering even on one another. I think Darren might have pinched the first third of this round.
Lapia moving in on Hedgecock.
Lapia's a straight-on fighter, and Hedgecock's got great head movement when he's avoiding a lot of those punches.
I think Tony Lapia's decided it wouldn't be a good idea to match it with punching with Darren, so he's trying to keep in front on the kicks.
Well, that particular round ends in the red corner. The end of round number 7.
Interesting, Darren Hedgecock looked disappointed then in the end of the round, because he's used to fighting 3-minute rounds, and at 2 minutes, and you can see the look on his face. He thought that was a short round.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, I could have done more in that round.
Final round.
Left side.
There's the bell, and away we go for the final round action here. Darling Harbour Convention Centre in Sydney. Hedgecock starting off in pretty fine fashion with a left and right combination and plenty of kicks going in by both boxers.
I think both fighters' corners have told him, hey, this is really close. You got to knock him out now to win this fight.
Yeah, looks like both boxers are in for that kill. And now that's a good solid kick there, that right turning kick there from Lapia. Hedgecock had his back turned on that one. Lapia working with that front left kick. There from the destroyer.
My biasness is slowing me down from commenting too much, but I can see Darren. I'm looking at Darren, and I can see Darren scoring points in this round, because we can't influence the judges from here. It'll be the judge's decision coming in.
I think I have to agree with you, Bob. Darren is just, he's putting the combinations together better, whereas Lapia is just a one-off.
And he's always waiting, and he just doesn't attack. He doesn't lead. He waits for Darren on every exchange. He waits and attacks afterwards. except for that front kick, which is rare. Even 9 times out of 10, Darren is leading him. I think that may get him the decision of the round.
There's no doubt, as they're both, that he's had the better of this final round here. The Destroyer, as he moved into some early combinations now, to set up the foundation for a possible victory here.
It appears to me about the last 3 rounds, I think Darren's won the first third, and they've drawn in the remainder of the round.
We're drawing close to the end of this middleweight contest. Good hit there.
Good front kick by Lapia.
Hedgecock. Top one from Lapia there at the end of round number 8. There it is, folks. It's all over. That's it. This will come down to points. And we'll have that decision in just a moment.
Both fighters really well matched here. I think Lapia can be proud of himself for even doing as well as he's done with a world champion.
We'll take a look at this replay of Lapia, who really let that left go.
Oh, that looked painful.
Great shot, wasn't it, from Tony Lapia?
And that'd score well too. I mean, a kick that strong to the head is the highest scoring point in this set of rules.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the judge's decision, June Chan scores the fight 74-80. Judge Rena LaBruna scores the fight 75-78. Judge Gary Timonello scores the fight 75-79. Winner, unanimous, blue corner, Hedgecock.